divorce rate the lowest. You have male-female relationships, divorce rate higher. And then you have female-female marriages, divorce rate the highest. Do you think everything is to be blamed on women? Yes or yes? Just kidding.
Yes.
So I don't think it's necessarily putting the blame on women. I think there's a lot more complexities and emotions that are involved within it as well. Possibly like even lack of communication or too afraid to communicate. In short answer, I don't think it's to blame on women. I think there's a bunch of other factors that need to be looked at and considered when it comes to that, I think.
Well, I'll open it up to the panel. Does anybody have any thoughts on this?
I do, but I can wait.
Most men I know that are in like bad relationships tend to like not leave. Like they just kind of stick it out. Like they stick it out or kind of wait for the other person to go. So at least in my experience or people I've met, so I could see where like you got two guys in a relationship, neither one are going anywhere.
Okay. Q, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be as objective as possible, but considering the fact that women have more unrealistic expectations when it comes to relationships and love, and women have a higher baseline level of stress, you know, when you think about what contributes to them behaving in certain ways or wanting out of relationships, then yeah, because women get
donated $200.
Thank you, Hummer.
To the German girl, would you be okay with your husband sleeping with his female boss if it guaranteed a big promotion and salary increase?
So my husband's work is, as I said, like IT, so he should stay with that. He's not a sex worker. This is like something.
But it would be for money.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not his job. His job is not having sex with someone. It is my job. Yeah. So it's not his job to having sex with someone. So it doesn't.
Yeah, I get it. But to the chatter's question, you have sex on camera for money, correct?
Correct. He knows.
So what would be the objection? What would be the objection if he had sex for more money?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What would you object to or be upset about if he had sex for money like you do?
I mean, it's just not his job. Like it's something completely different. And no, I don't get the point. Sorry.
So what if his boss changed the job criteria to say, okay, now you can keep your job?
He's a sex worker now. I don't think
if you have sex with me. I mean, and then he said, okay, I want to have sex with her to keep the job. Would that be okay?
I would have an open conversation with him about that. It's all what I can say for that and get the point.
Well, to that former super chat, Brian, that came in, you guys were asking about this. You're talking about female divorce rates and this type of thing. So I dug into this.
Oh, wait. What's up?
Oh, I was waiting for the super chat. I thought the super chat.
Wait, Q, did you want to?
Yeah, I wanted.
Andrew, just before I have you come in, Q, I just want Q to finish his.
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to elaborate. I was saying that in most instances, while I can attribute some reasons to men doing things such as to who was it that their husband was he got a divorce because he was an alcoholic or he had drug abuse. Some men do things like that, but overall I would have to say that it's typically predicated on a woman's emotions because women have a million turn-offs. Women believe they want something in a relationship. They get in relationships, the reality of relationships happen, and then they say, oh, I don't want this anymore. This is not what I expected. They get into relationships, marriages, high on Disney fairy tales and fantasies, ideas of love, and then when conflict starts to arise or they start to realize that they actually have to put in work and effort and those emotions die down, then they want to get a divorce or they want out of the relationship. So typically I would say it's predicated on the woman's emotions.
That's crazy because
I
I've had that
actually disagree
experience
with
with
this
men
take.
mostly. Like I always try to communicate and try and figure out the problem and the root of situations and conflicts, and I always get pushed to the back burner and then get left.
Yeah, I would have to disagree with Q here a bit. Respect. The disagreement that I have here, as I kind of dove into this data, I'm trying to find the strongest correlate that I can find, right? What is the strongest one for divorce? It is true that women do initiate most divorces across all sectors. That is true. But I wondered, is there anything else here, right? Well, it turns out that there is. The number one thing that I found digging through this, and my wife found digging through this, the number one correlate of if a woman is going to get a divorce from a man is if she hangs out with divorced female friends. Interestingly enough, when men hang out with divorced male friends, the male friend tells them that the divorce is horrible. This is awful. This sucks. It's terrible. She took half my shit. She took the kids. She took the money. She took everything. When women hang out with their divorced friends, though, they tell them how great it is, how freeing it is, and how they should join the club. And interestingly enough, one of the most common things which comes up, and this is in lesbian relationships, which would explain this as well, is that when women are around divorced women, that is when they tend to get divorced the most, is if their friends have been divorced. I thought that was an interesting thing.
That is interesting. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, women are easily influenced by other women, and they tend to conform to what other women do. But do you think that doesn't land under the umbrella of like emotion?
Well, I mean, I guess it's under the purview, but what if we reversed it, Q? What if we said, okay, these women are hanging out with all of their friends, and their friends are saying, I'm happily married, and this is great, and they're getting positive reinforcement from society and their friends who are around them for their marriages, right? Even if we were to kind of grant the emotion thing, which I'm not disputing, wouldn't that then follow that those women would likely, like they did in earlier years, not be getting divorced at these types of rates? If it was looked at as a positive, right? It's not like, oh, you're liberated. Oh, this guy is oppressive. Oh, it's great being divorced. It's fantastic. I can do whatever I want, wake up when I want, blah, 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 blah.
Well, most men that get divorced, they get married again because they need somebody to like take care of them. Most women that get divorced stay alone because they're like, I don't need to be somebody's like parent. I'm going to just chill by myself, and it's way better alone.
Well, there's a lot of kind of presuppositions which are in here, especially with need. I think that men never usually want to get divorced in the first place, that they would rather kind of
because you
stick
guys
it out
get
with
so
their
much
marriages.
more out of a marriage.
But but let me explain my reasoning here. I think it's because men generally are far more moral, and they adhere to a much stricter moral guideline than women tend to. And when they take this kind of vow with women, they tend to take it seriously. They want to stick together with this woman forever and ever and ever and ever. Whereas, well, I mean, you can shake your head, but you have nothing to back any of the things you're saying up. Nothing, right?
If I had my phone, I would be Googling it.
Why is it that women are initiating divorces? Why?
Because they have to do too much for a man. A lot of the time, women are willing to go and be a single mother because they're a single mother at home with their husband. Like they're just not.
So they don't want to. Wait, so
they don't want to take care of an additional person. They want to just take care of themselves and their children. They don't want to have to also take care of a
husband's out
full-grown
taking
man.
care of everybody too.
You're assuming that he is.
Isn't
Most men don't
working?
do that. Most men aren't doing that.
Men are out working their asses off for their women. What do you mean?
Yeah, back in the day when you were young, for sure that's what was going on. Not today.
Well, how young do you think I am? Do you think I'm 90? Like, how old do you think I am, lady?
No. I don't think that you're like ridiculously old.
1948? Do you think I was born back when we smoked the pipes and smacked the... Like, what do you think? How old do you think I am? I'm 40 years old. I was raised in the 90s.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't?
I'm sorry.
I mean, you look older than me. I'm just saying.
No way. That's not true.
Absolutely not.
But Andrew,
I think it's true. I just don't dye the gray out of my hair like all of you
maybe
do.
you
The only
think
difference
that
is
because you
I
know
don't
us on
dye
camera.
the gray out of my hair like all of you do. That's the only difference.
No.
What's this?
And if I did,
I have
I'd look
gray
younger
hair.
than every one of you. Oh, give me a break. Go ahead, lie to me. You have no gray in your hair and you don't dye any of the gray out, right? Go ahead, lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I will say
exactly.
yes, I do things to help myself look younger. It's the
Yeah,
society we
exactly.
live in. It's not my fault that you don't want to take those steps as well. You could have helped yourself out, and I wouldn't have guessed you were older.
It looks prestigious, but if you had
To you.
no makeup on and all your grays were there, guarantee it, lady, you'd look older than me. So let's not kid ourselves here. But this aside, all this aside, while we're trying to dunk on me as though you're not wearing a complete facade that I can't see right through, can we move into the actual data portion of this argument, and you can explain to me how it is that men aren't out there busting their asses in the most treacherous jobs on planet Earth while women are sitting pampered in air-conditioned offices for the most part?
What? What about air-conditioned offices?
Okay, so I'll ask
Talking
again.
about jobs
Okay.
for gender roles.
Women, what types of jobs do you think women are doing? Do you think that they are high on the threshold of danger or very low on
Forrest
the threshold?
Gump donated $200.
I think there's scientists
Jackie
women,
Kennedy,
there's women going
you
to
go
space,
girl.
there's women that are
One second.
detectives, like there's women doing everything. What are you talking about? Did you
That's
not watch the
great.
Barbie movie?
So I feel like you can't even hear the question. So just listen to the question that's being asked.
It doesn't matter what I answer. You're going to debate it and just say I'm wrong.
No, I'm just going to ask you the question, and then if you answer it
You
in a
said,
way
what
that
job
I
are
agree
women
with,
doing? And
I'll
I
never
said-
debate it, right? I'll never
Okay.
debate it if I agree with the answer.
Okay.
So the question is, do you think that women's jobs are high on the danger threshold scale or low on the danger threshold scale?
Who chose to have a dangerous job and allocate the jobs to whoever? Men did.
I feel like you're allergic to answering a question.
No, because I think that
I don't-
there's
I don't
women that are
understand.
doing
you have
dangerous
allergies
jobs
to question answering. Is it a condition that you have? Perhaps we should get you some medication to fix the lack of being able to answer a simple question. So I'm going to ask it a third time, perhaps without this time asking me a question instead of answering, or changing the question instead of answering. You just answer the question. So here's the question. Do you think women's jobs are higher or lower on the danger threshold scale?
What? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear you either. Huh? You should vocal fry harder.
It was intentional.
I know it was intentional. Can you answer the question,
No,
please?
I'm opting out of it. You're
Pretty
just
please
being
with sugar on
dramatic.
top? No?
No.
Can't do it? It's impossible?
Yes.
Okay.
So Andrew, let's go back to our little exchange, really quickly. You said you've seen that the strongest correlate was, or I'm guessing that your source said that the strongest correlate was women being influenced by their friends or having divorced female friends.
Yeah, well,
correct?
this is I don't know if it's the strongest, but it's a really strong correlate that we found was if you're in a group with divorced women and you're not divorced, your likelihood of getting divorced increases exponentially compared to if you're around women who aren't. The way that you could make that comparison is between religious communities and non-religious communities. The more religious the community, the less they tend to divorce, right?
Right.
But there's other correlates there to look at too, which is the religiosity, for instance.
Right.
But it is something that should be looked at, I think.
Right. No, and like I said, I agree. But in terms of where I disagree with that is looking more at the predictor of divorce, and of course this is a much more complex web because then I'm talking about on an individual basis, and what typically happens in marriage dissolution is emotional dissatisfaction, or they say they've grown apart, and typically that results from conflict.
Yes, but the question is, and I agree with all of what you just said, but the question then becomes, why are they saying that?
Right.
Is it coming from them, or is it coming from something which is external? So if it's coming from this external idea, because you're hanging out with a bunch of divorced henpecking bitches, right, who are just like miserable and counting all their cats, and they want misery loves company, as they say. could that be a good, strong indicator of why you see more women who are in the groups of divorced women getting divorced at much higher rate, right, than when they're in groups of non-divorced women?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's both.
I mean, you could shake your head. You had a chance to argue, though, and all you did was go, So it's like, I don't know what to do about that.
Because you didn't want to listen to me. You didn't want to listen to my points or anything that I was saying. You just wanted to talk over me.
You have to answer questions. You have to answer questions.
Your question
if you want
was
me to answer
irrelevant.
your questions. What's irrelevant?
Your question about, do you think women's jobs are this or this? Do men have more dangerous jobs?
You know what? If you asked me an irrelevant question, I would answer it quickly, and then I would ask you the question that I wanted, or I would dispute whatever you thought was irrelevant. That's the easiest thing to do, is to just dispute whatever's irrelevant. Easiest thing you can do.
No, I was starting to answer you, and then you came for my looks. You said that I looked older than you. You didn't want to actually hear.
No, you started talking shit, so I started talking shit back.
I genuinely did not realize that you were only 40. I apologize. But since women are so emotional, you really handled that very well.
When I wrote your age down at 34, I was also stunned. I was like, this 60-year-old lady's 34? That's insane. Like, it was mind-blowing to me, too. You know what I mean? But I've seen so many women, I think, inside of like I always tell my audience, the women look way worse in person than they do on camera. I think that they all do their makeup specifically knowing they're going on camera. They always look worse, by the way, in person than they do on camera. But more importantly than that is I see the amount of shit they do to themselves, right? So this is me. This is just how I look all the time, day and night, 24 hours a day. Not a one of you look like that. 24 hours a day, not even close, right? And so it's like, fair enough. You can kind of judge the looks, but I'd like to see you no makeup with all the grays. And then I think people would judge it differently. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Did you want to answer the question?
Well, I know when I got
He said,
divorced,
if you took off all your
well,
makeup?
I can say I know when I got divorced, my husband assumed that I had divorced women in my ear convincing me to get divorced. I can tell you it very much had nothing to do with that, like from my own experience. But I think in both situations, even with the men, where you've got your friends and you're convincing you to stay married, like you still have your peer group persuading you. I think it's just about evaluating your situation against the potential of something you don't have. And
I agree.
Evaluating the options.
I agree. But I guess my only dispute here would be, what if your peer group is more likely, as men, to tell you, divorce fucking sucks. This sucks. I lost my kids. I lost my house. It's a bad country music song, right? I lost everything in this divorce. And so you hear more of those stories as a man.
I think the
right?
system's bad.
I think that acts as a great deterrent, whereas for women, that deterrent doesn't seem to be there.
Well, no, the system's not very fair to men. I think in general, the system's not very fair to men. There's very few men that I know that have custody of their children.
Yo, Tank, thank you for the gifted 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good.
I think it's a good take. I mean, you're right that everyone's going to be influenced by their peer group. I don't dispute that. I'm just kind of asking, what if your peer group in general, right, is having really bad experiences with X thing, and then the other group, which participates in the same thing, doesn't have those bad experiences, right?
But how much of it is gender and how much of it is just the system, like getting divorced? Like a lot of states are more favorable towards women in divorce. Like I don't know that it's necessarily the woman's fault that the judge.
Well, I'm not saying it's ontological. Like I'm not saying because you're a woman, only because of the fact that you have a vagina, therefore you're likely to get divorced, right?
Just
of
Gerald
course,
donated
factors which are
$200. I've worked construction for 6 years, and there has never
Thank you,
been a
Gerald.
woman working on the job site. If I'm working 60 hours a week, and you're not working, get in the kitchen, then clean my clothes.
Gerald, thank you for the TTS. Speaking of which, we have lowered it to, it's all good. TTS is now 69 if you want to get them in. Continue, go ahead.
I'm done.
Yeah, I was just kind of agreeing. I don't think we disagree here. I don't think that because you're born with a vagina, that means you're like predisposed to want to get divorced more than men. So I'm looking at the factors which are external to that, right? Like, well, wait a second.
Sorry.
CBCK_it_worker donated $69. Bro dudes clearly enjoying self-harm. he's already getting fixing broken code in prod, and his wife is getting by chads on camera. That's up if you ask me.
Worker, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Andrew. I'll pause it to let you.
Oh yeah, no worries. So just very briefly, I was just saying that I don't think because you're born with a vagina or born with a penis that therefore you're more likely to get divorced or not divorced. So I'm just looking at how different peer groups behave in society, and so women obviously they're going to probably have a lot more female friends than male friends, and it seems to be the same when they're reporting this, right? Though women do seem to have more male friends than men have female friends. I kind of understand the reasoning for that as well. But when it comes to women in their peer groups, they seem to, if they're around a lot of divorced women, they seem to be far more likely to get divorced. Men around a lot of divorced men don't seem like they're more likely to get divorced. And so I just wonder if that is not because they're hearing the horror stories from men, whereas on the woman's side, they're not hearing it.
I agree with you. I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a combination. Ultimately, Andrew's not wrong either, but he's looking at the external sources, and I'm just more so looking at the internal source, whereas the actual conflict in the relationship that leads a woman to want to listen to her peer group when they convince her, because at the end of the day, if she's considering divorce, then that means some shit is going sour in her marriage, and her friends are there to tell her, oh yeah, it's great on this side, like get a divorce, you don't have to put up with that, you don't have to deal with that. I'm just looking more internally at what the actual conflict within the relationship that leads her to her peers and her friend group saying, yeah, definitely get the divorce, as that extra affirmation for her to follow through.
Yeah, but is the conflict coming from nature or nurture? That's the question, right?
Nature.
Or both.
I think nurture is more of a reflection of nature, because I don't think we had a capacity to do what's not innately in us. Like I said, like a woman's base levels of stress response is different than a man's, whereas they get more stressed out with conflict and they ruminate longer on things. So if you and your wife have an argument, she may ruminate on it more, or it may affect her.
This is really weird, dude, because divorce is conflict, and they initiate more of the divorces.
I know.
So that is conflict initiation in and of itself, which would seem to go against your point of nature, right?
No, not necessarily, because in terms of nature, I'm more so speaking to the way our brains respond to conflict, and that's why I said the base levels of stress being the predictor more so if a woman is going to want a divorce, because if she feels that the relationship is no longer beneficial to her, or doesn't suit her emotional needs, or the guy gets on her nerves, or she feels that they've grown apart, then those are all results of her brain being stressed out.
Yeah, I don't dispute that, though. I'm just saying, why couldn't the reasons for that be based around the peer group and the social pressures, which women are more susceptible to than men anyway, rather than something which is like intuitive, rather than them going, oh, I came to this on my own? Why couldn't it be external social factors like almost every other behavior we see?
Well, it could, but ultimately, I think it boils down to she already has to have a sense of wanting out of the relationship to get that extra affirmation for her friends to even say that. I mean, if a woman is happy in her relationship, no matter how much she's around her peers, they're not going to convince her to get a divorce.
I don't know. I don't know. And here, let me give you my kind of counter to this.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Philip Morris?
No, I'm not familiar with Philip Morris.
They make these. Philip Morris is a great cigarette company.
Oh.
They had an idea where they wanted to get 50% of the population who didn't smoke to smoke, and that was women. And so they ran a great campaign to get women to smoke. Now, most women, I would say, were pretty secure in the fact that they didn't smoke, right? They don't want to smoke. They never had any intention of smoking. But this campaign, this kind of social campaign which happened, it got an awful lot of them to smoke. I mean, at an incredible rate, just so you know, right? And this type of propaganda seems to work fairly well on both sexes, by the way, not just on women. They're susceptible to propaganda in a different way than men are, which is like social propaganda. But it worked. It worked really good. Mm-hmm. And so I just wonder, again, kind of going back to this, I'm not disputing that they could be unhappy. I will dispute, though, that they could be in a happy relationship and due to peer group pressure wouldn't end that relationship. That I'm not convinced of at all.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
where
see-
we fundamentally that's where we gonna fundamentally disagree, because I just think the individual has more weight and drives her into the peer group, and they just reinforce it, and then she's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna follow through with it. I just think it starts more with the individual than the reverse. But I don't disagree with the fact that her friends influence. I just think it starts with the woman herself and her relationship.
Is that how women are?
The
aren't women
Weebirate
mostly
donated
wired, like,
$69.
and guys
Considering
are
DV rates are the highest among lesbians and lowest among gay men, it would point towards women being the bigger problem.
The Wee Pirate, thank you, appreciate it, man. We have 2 more coming in, then we have a few more reads, some reads from a while bit ago. Thank you, Pirate, appreciate it. Sorry, guys, these are kind of trickling in here. I had to pause it temporarily to allow the conversation to go.
The legendary Trash Panda donated $69. I am here to help you. I can fix you. But first I will fix your nose, and until I do, I will look at your face straight on. Brixton, punt the fake lawyer, fake accent, fake age, fake boobs.
Thank you, Trash Panda. By the way, was that you during the live stream, the IRL stream yesterday?
Chutster donated $69.
Sent in that
What the
TT.
lady said about women after divorce choosing not to remarry is because in most states, the alimony stops.
Thank you, Chudster. Appreciate the TTS, man.
Well,
There's one more coming in. There's one more coming in.
Don't even agree with that statement, though. I think
There's another coming in, just letting you know.
Oh, okay.
Catatonic donated $69. I'm seeing a 37-year recent divorcee. Husband cheated.
There's another
Says
one
she
coming in.
need time to work on herself before commitment, but still wants to see me. Should I allow myself to be a FWB and hope she commits or walk away?
That's up to you.
Husband cheated, says she needs. What do you mean, allow yourself to be a friends with benefits? What do you want, dude?
Any chick who ever tells you that she needs to work on herself, believe her and let her go work on herself and get away from her.
Yep, that's a good point. That is a good point.
King Fegith donated $69. Just wanted to say thank you to Andrew. I'm converting to Orthodox Christianity, and you and your wife are an inspiratio. Keep an eye out for Ozzy Osbourne and heart glasses. They look like they are tripping.
She's been all right. She's been fine.
I'm just listening.
The Ozzy Osbourne glasses,
Roth
they
underscore
tie the look
PSA
together,
donated
right?
$100.
Thank you, Roth.
It's not a profession, career, job, or content. I know none of those things that a person has to take a blast to the face and go kiss their partner. It's all for money, won't last, morally bankrupt.
Do you want to respond to this? This is to you.
I don't.
Okay.
Forrest Gump donated $100. Jackie Kennedy, don't let him win. Play his game, answer his questions, and then hang him out the dry. You go, girl. You got this. When you clam up, he wins.
You want to respond to that, or?
Thank you. Sorry I did clam up. I am working on using my voice more and better. And I also don't actually mean any disrespect to Andrew. I think he has a lot of like things that I agree with when he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely did not realize his age. Now that he said it, I do see that he is 40. I am sorry.
A legendary Trash Panda donated $69.
Yeah, thank you, man.
To clarify, Chair 6 needs the nose job.
Chair 6.
Yes, live stream super chat needed to be said. Dude was pretending Princess Hard AF.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
you.
so
Which one's
you
chair
don't,
6?
You don't have to apologize, right? So the thing is, like, I just match energy. So if somebody talks smack, I talk smack back. If they don't talk smack, I don't talk smack. Right? Simple.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't mean disrespect, though. I
good.
had no idea. So, like,
All
I truly
good.
apologize.
And then Forrest Gump, I don't know if you're still watching. We do need, you sent one in a little bit ago about the passport bros thing. Can we change the subject and talk about passport bros? So I suppose I'll just ask the question. what do you guys think about passport bros? So passport bros are basically men who are dissatisfied with typically Western men who are dissatisfied with Western women, and they seek to find a girlfriend, partner, wife in a different country, typically Latin America or Asia or Eastern Europe, I guess. Thoughts on this?
Like they're buying women to marry them, or
No, they're not buying them. They're just either they don't have success with women locally, typically in the West, or they do have success, but they don't like the traits and characteristics of the typical modern Western woman, and so they'd rather find a perhaps more traditional or submissive woman who might be more readily found in Latin America, Eastern Europe, or Asia.
Oh, well, I mean, practice your free will, do you?
Okay, no problems there. Thoughts on this? Any
As
thoughts?
long as they found someone to be happy with and stay with them, I don't know.
I don't believe in the distance relationship, and so no, I don't agree.
Profound. Okay.
I believe if they enjoy the culture, then by all means they should follow what makes them happy and explore and discover what's the best, partnership for them.
Okay.
Whatever makes them happy.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Q, your thoughts?
I mean, it's agency over their own dating decisions. It's, if they feel that they can find what they're looking for elsewhere, I don't blame them if they don't want to date the modern woman. Modern woman is a headache to deal with. So if they can find something that they're more compatible with overseas, then go overseas.
Okay.
And get what you're getting.
All right, and then let's go to Twitch. Guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Guys, if you have an Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch. It's a quick, free, easy way to support the show every single month. So guys, if you're watching on YouTube, mods, if you can spam the link in the chat so people who are watching on YouTube can drop us a follow. If you guys have a Twitch account, if you're watching on Twitch, drop us a follow. If you can check while you're on our Twitch, if you have a Prime sub available, oh my God, Twitch is in the, it is the actual Twitch who has given out one community sub. Twitch, the unpaid intern over there is putting in quite a bit of work tonight. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And then let's see, Loose, thank you for the Prime. Wiggy, IRL, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it, guys. Upgrade, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. Knox, thank you for the Prime. Once again, check if you have a Prime sub available and see if you can drop us a Prime. And then also join our Discord, discord.gg/whatever. We have a private Patreon members only Discord. So you sign up via patreon.com/whatever. We post BTS. We post all kinds of really cool stuff that, is not just kind of readily available either on our streams or whatnot. And then also you guys have to check out debateuniversity.com from master debater, expert, top tier master debater, Andrew Wilson, one of the best in the business. He really knows how to master debate. He has a course though called Verbal Combat. Guadama, thank you for the gifted. Twitch, thank you for the, oh my God, this unpaid intern at Twitch, just one after the other. Thank you, Twitch. Guys, Verbal Combat, it's a course by the great Andrew Wilson, and there's 80 plus videos. There's about like 6 hours of content. If you want to learn how to craft arguments and how to debate and how to destroy your relatives at the come Thanksgiving and Christmas, if you have any liberal
yeah, the holidays are starting
right around the corner.
You must destroy your progressive scumbag relatives. In order to do this, you must get Verbal Combat. Now, why should you do that? Well, there's 2 reasons. One, because it makes me a bunch of money. But then the second reason is because the information in it is fantastic. I spent a ton of time putting it together just so that there's one progressive at least that each of you have at a family dinner. And you know for sure that swamp donkey needs to just get eliminated with superior rhetoric. I'm just saying. They do.
Okay. All right. There you go. And so, guys, reminder, TTS is set to $69 if you guys want to get a little fun TTS. And we got the thing on the Passport Pros. We are all caught up there. Let me finish up the pre-show notes. Almost done with the pre-show notes. So going to Juliet. Juliet, you said, we kind of already delved a bit into it, but here's in your own words. I thought it could be an interesting topic that I've married a fan of mine. He supported me as an OnlyFans girl from the beginning and texted me that he's coming for a work trip to Germany. And because I liked him and we talked for months on OnlyFans, I decided to meet him for dinner and stayed with him spontaneous for 4 days. That's how we started dating. He still supported me for months later before we started having a long distance relationship and got married 2 years later. That's why I moved to the US. Mm-hmm. Oh, so do you have a green card or something? Or?
No, I'm in my immigration process.
Oh, you're in the process. Okay. And is this all just a lie, or is it true?
No, it's true.
Because I mean, you came with your friend who's an absolute liar, so like kind of guilt by association a little bit.
It's true.
Like you guys probably did the car drive, and you're like, all right, we're gonna lie about this shit.
No, I mean I had the idea of obviously before, but no, it's not a lie.
It's like. Anyways, you also said, I would like to talk about the line between the girls' site to be professional and just sell content and make money, and also the part where your fans are getting to be your friends and even more. Mm-hmm. I can imagine lots of guys would like to hear that for their own imagination, and other girls who are struggling with this thin line too talk about how it's possible to build trust and love to a fan.
Yeah. What's your question?
You said you'd like to talk about it? Oh, go ahead.
I think that trying to give other women confidence into going into the type of work that you do, no disrespect, I personally don't agree with. If it was like their last resort, then maybe, but there's just so many other ways that a woman can make money without having to feel like that's a pathway that they need to go to. If they enjoy it and that's what they want to do, then by all means. But if they're young and impressionable, I think it would be a better idea to kind of like show them another avenue before going into sex work. Mm-hmm. Just because you said
it's great.
You wanted to be here to like encourage girls to do stuff like that, and then also like it can.
I don't think she's encouraging women to. I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh, did I miss?
I think so.
Oh,
is that what you meant?
Sorry, I didn't
I'm just going to move on because I don't think it's particularly interesting conversation. But for a 24-year-old, you're a little on the tired side there. Most 24-year-olds have a little more energy. What's going on?
No, I need to go home because I have a dog, and I'm worried.
Your dog in Mexico?
Here, in my place in West Hollywood.
Is it a purse dog?
Wait, do you live here?
Do you have one of those little
I
purse
live
dogs?
here.
Oh, are you a citizen or?
I have work visa.
To be a porn star?
No.
What's your work visa for?
I work in the music company.
Nice.
2 times a day. Yeah. And administration of business, and I do OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool, I guess.
I'm assistant of producer of music. Have a big company of music. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it sound like wow wow, wow wow? Does it sound like that? Is that the kind of music?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can you close the door? Okay, and then your thing, you said, I'm sure not everyone has the same opinion because lots of the girls have a different opinion about fans, or even have a texter on the platform and don't even talk to them. That could be the disagreement.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate or?
No, I mean, we talked a lot about me and my situation, and I think I got my point. I mean, there are not many OnlyFans girls on this podcast today. They were episodes where there were more OnlyFans girls, and that was kind of expected with my ideas. So I don't really think we can discuss this on this episode because I don't have someone to
share.
Yeah, to have the made same or different experience because the girls didn't make the experience with fans. So this was what I thought we could discuss, but I think it's not the right place.
Okay, that's cool. Let me see. Any other, why don't I just open it up, any dating related topics anybody else would like to, touch on? disagreements?
Old married white guy donated $69. If this is my favorite show, is there something wrong with me? My wife is hooked, too. Is there something wrong with her?
Yes. You should probably see a medical doctor. You might have to get something amputated. Yo, thank you for the TTS. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
There is something wrong with it being your favorite show. And knowing that it's your favorite show, you only send in $69. The hell?
I mean, episode 200, a little champagne
Unbelievable.
pop. A little champagne pop, maybe.
The legendary Trash Panda donated
Yeah, I noticed
$69. Brixon, chair 1 to 2 / looking down hole podcast.
Yep.
Chair 2, 2 girls 1 cup. Chair 3, Consuela Family Guy. Chair 4, Dollar Stowe John Lennon. Chair 4, Dollar Stowe Rachel. Chair 6, Smash but with nose job.
Wait, what? Okay. Thank you, Trash Panda. Yeah, I've been up. I mean, I didn't want to say anything. I just thought maybe you're like autistic or something. But like, why were you looking down the entire fucking show? It's so weird.
I'm really trying not to. I can hear better whenever I'm not. I can listen better whenever I'm not like
scoot
looking
into
at.
the table and
Sorry,
scoot
I
into the mic?
I can listen better whenever I'm not like looking at everybody. So yeah.
What does the key around your neck unlock?
It's just a key.
It doesn't go to anything?
Mm-mm, it's just a necklace.
Because normally when people are looking down, they're either on drugs or they're on drugs.
No, I'm not on drugs, I promise.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Just, we've had like, it's episode 200. There's been 200 people who've sat in that chair. I've never seen somebody like, I guess everybody has their idiosyncrasies or whatever, but I thought that was kind of peculiar.
I'm sorry. I mean, that's kind of why I asked if I could doodle, because if I'm doodling, I can listen too.
Oh, no, we definitely would not have.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like here, but I'm actively listening. Sorry
Okay,
if
fair
it's
enough.
awkward
No,
and weird.
Fair enough. Twitch gifted another 3 subs. Hey, Twitch, thank you. What is going on? This is just kind of like what's that term?
So I looked into it. There's a program going on right now.
Oh, yeah?
For like X amount of subs and whatnot that you get, you just automatically get X amount from Twitch.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not even like an unpaid intern. It's just like a
No,
bot.
it's just an automated thing.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's see here. So I think before the TTSs come in, do you have anything that you want to speak on? I feel like you haven't talked too much, but
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm just kind of waiting to see if there is a topic that I am interested in and looking for the right time to butt in. But I also don't want to like be rude or interrupt anybody at all either.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You said you wanted to have a comment with Andrew. Is there anything you disagree with Andrew on?
Not necessarily, not disagree. I don't really know what specific like conversation he and I would have.
I have an idea.
My Sogany So What donated $69.
Austin, can you play the track?
Hello Deutschland. Wie viel Wiener Schnitzel kann man verschwinden lassen?
German.
Okay, you can pause it. Any thought?
Nothing to say to that. I didn't understand.
You don't like Women Named Erica or what?
It's a beautiful song, by the way. Is that like TOS to play that, by the way? Like, is that? I don't think it is.
No, it's fine, bro.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Wasn't it a marching song even before? You know?
It's still widely
that.
played, usually at very nationalistic events of certain types, Brian.
Oh shit! Okay, my bad.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just. Anyways. Awkward. So, would you ever date? Wait, hold on there. What do you like? What's the difference between like American men and German guys? You know?
I mean, they are different German guys and they are different American guys. I wouldn't say there's a difference between like American and German guys. I think like German guys, but like not all guys, like not all German guys. They are maybe a little bit more, I don't know, like strict. Is it a ring word? Like American guys normally like what you expect from American, like what you saw on TV, like a little bit more chill. Yeah, maybe like this is something what I think about.
Okay, that's cool, bro. That's dope. Oh, in your messages to us, you described yourself as traditional. Do you consider yourself traditional?
I don't know what does that mean.
Bro, who fucking wrote this for you, dog? Somebody, how do you say traditional? Traditional?
Traditional is like
in Spanish? How do you say that shit in
it's
Spanish? Traditional. Tradition.
Politic or lifestyle?
Lifestyle. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Tradicional. Tradicional. Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You said you were a traditional.
Yeah. Traditional.
Are you?
Yeah.
You do BG content, right?
Yes.
Oh, why were you shaking your head?
Oh no, sorry. It was. I wanted to tell you that you. Have
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
This is. I just thought about that. I didn't.
Yeah.
To say something.
Oh, I have a bit of like, yeah.
No, I just wanted to tell you. And
Then,
know
yeah, I
how
got a couple flakes.
How to bring it in.
Thank you. Yeah, I got some flakes. Yeah. You should actually. There's a little something.
Seeking asylum donated $69. Our sailboat sank in a storm, and insurance was a scam. Need 300 ppm to donate $1,000 to relaunch Seeking Asylum for free therapeutic sailing with autistic kids.
What?
Isn't it right here on her, Brian, around the chest region? She has some silicone there. She should probably brush that off, right?
Probably something like that. Okay, you're traditional.
Yeah, and I do
But you do porn.
collaboration in my OF.
But you do porn. So like,
Yeah,
how can you be like a traditional woman?
Because I'm
If you do
single, and when I get married, I want traditional.
So you want a guy to like pay for dates and shit?
If the fans want pay me for dates, I'm okay. Yeah.
What does that have to do with fans? Don't you want to date a fan?
Yeah, I do it
Oh my God, all
before.
this girl does is fucking lie.
No, it's lie. I swear.
Okay, well, maybe it's not lying, but it's pandering one way or the other.
No S lie? Really?
No, it's a
Really?
lie.
Donde,
lie?
donde está la biblioteca?
No, I date with my fans.
That's great. So, okay, when whoever you date, whether it's a fan, whether it's a guy who's not your fan, you want to get married, you want a traditional relationship with him.
Yeah.
So you want a provider. You want chivalry.
Yeah.
But, so you're not a traditional woman, though.
Why?
The lack of modesty, being involved in sex work, that's not a traditional woman.
Oh, for me it is. I think it's
Hold on.
now my lifestyle. Maybe no, it's for your eyes. No, it's traditional, but for me, it's very traditional. It's very normal.
In your culture? Are you talking
In my
like,
culture,
aren't Mexicans predominantly Catholic?
yeah,
If they're
I'm Catholic.
You're Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take
it away, Andrew.
And I think that's a matter that I do OnlyFans, so I do porn in my OF.
Do you
I think that's a matter.
Wait, you're Catholic?
Yeah,
You're Christian?
Catholic.
Well, yeah. Okay, so you're Catholic.
Yeah, what kind of
Yeah.
Catholic?
And I'm good person.
Do
I
you do
don't feel I'm
Santa
bad
Maria?
person because I do
Hang on,
OnlyFans.
Santa Maria?
Sorry?
Santa Maria?
Wait, there's something going
Do you
on.
do you do like Santa Maria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, next to my bed, I have Christ and La Virgen
Franklin
Maria
Becker donated $100.
because I'm Catholic.
Brian, thank you for all that you do with your platform. Long live whatever. Andrew, you are my spirit animal, sans sapien. I love what you two are doing for the dating scene.
Thank you, Frank. Sorry. I'm
Thank you.
Hey, really appreciate that, Frank and Pekka. It's very kind of you to say. So back to this. Can I ask you a couple of questions? What does traditional mean? What does that mean?
For me, the lifestyle
yeah.
traditional is like have a husband, kids, get married. You know, I'm traditional. In one day I want to do that.
Yeah. What is the Catholic Church?
Doesn't matter that I do OnlyFans.
Can you tell me what the Catholic Church's official doctrine on
Sorry, the
prostitution
guys is loud and I can't hear you. Again, please.
Yeah, can you tell me what the Catholic Church's official doctrine on prostitution is?
I think if you believe in Christ, that doesn't matter, and not do bad things to the other persons. I do good things.
Oh, sorry,
with
yeah,
the
sorry,
persons.
not Santeria, Santeria. My bad, Santeria. Do you do Santeria? Is it Santeria Catholicism?
Santeria.
Yeah,
What?
Santeria.
No way.
No, why would that be bad? And
No,
prostitution
I'm
would be good.
Catholic.
Hang on.
No.
Why would Santeria be bad, but prostitution would be good?
Oh, you think I'm a prostitute?
Yes.
No, I'm not yet. I
I'm
can
sorry,
be.
do you have sex with?
Depends.
I'm sorry. Do you have sex?
Depends
for
of the
money?
client and how
Do you
much.
have sex? Do you have sex for money?
I can do that. Yes, why not?
That's prostitution.
I think I'm enjoy more if somebody
Yeah,
pays me.
is that prostitution?
Yes.
Okay, well then you're a prostitute. So
Yeah, maybe. Yes, a little bit.
yeah. So what does the Catholic Church say about prostitution?
I'm not affect to the other persons. I don't.
Yeah, what does the
I
Catholic
don't-
Church say about prostitution?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
You tell me. You're the Catholic. I'm not Catholic. What does What does the Catholic Church say about prostitution?
No,
You don't know?
no.
Are they for it? Can you tell me that the Catholic Church is for prostitution? Can you just go ahead and write in the mic and say the Catholic Church is for prostitution?
I don't know the words in English, but I think
Yeah, you
it's
know
good
that- you know
if
the
you
word
don't if
prostitution
you don't
in
do
English.
nothing
Yes,
bad
you
to the
know.
other
You know what I'm
persons.
asking.
That's okay for God.
Stop the cope. Hang on. Stop coping. You know exactly what I'm asking you.
Okay.
Is the Catholic Church
Uh-huh.
for or against prostitution?
Against.
Gentleman's Mind donated $69. Great show.
What is that?
Men often think logically,
Against?
women value emotions. Curious, how can we better understand emotions' value to women, especially since tone and emotional expression are often overlooked by men?
Thank you, gentleman's mind. Value to woman. Okay.
Can you answer my question now?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's good for God.
Oh, you think the Catholic Church is for prostitution?
In my case, I think they say that's fine. In my case, I don't know another cases of the girls.
I mean, I guess the guys at this. I don't know if I can say that. I would rather not say that.
Yeah.
You mean about the priests?
No,
You were going to say
something about.
You were going to say that the Catholic priests do the bad things with the kids, weren't you? Weren't
Yeah, I wanted to say that
Yeah.
I think the guys did worse things that we do, or we even could do. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Well, okay, great. So, some Catholic priests do bad things. I agree. Yeah. Is the Catholic Church for or against prostitution?
I think maybe I'm good prostitute. I'm good person, so I think I'm good prostitute.
Do you have a priest?
Priest is like
Yeah.
yes.
You have a priest?
Yeah, not now in my place.
Oh. Would your priest tell you that you were a good prostitute?
I don't ask, but I ask him.
Don't you go to confession?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you confess that you're a prostitute at confession?
Yes.
And what
And
does
God
your
say,
priest
that's
say?
okay,
Does your
just
priest,
go.
Hang on. Does your priest say, good, great, awesome, you're the best prostitute ever?
No, he told me, go to God y reza
I
tres
can't
Aves
even do it.
Marías.
Your trolling is so low tier, I can't even do it. Like, I just can't even humor it anymore. It's so low tier. It's like we've had high tier trolls on the show, and you're just not it. You're a very low tier troll. You understand exactly what's being said. You know exactly what to. You just told me
I'm
that
not
the
bad
Catholic Church
person
says,
just
yes,
because I'm
yes,
prostitute.
Andrew, the Catholic Church believes, Andrew, that I'm the best prostitute. Just shut up. Just it's fucking
I'm not bad
ridiculous. Just
person
stop.
because you say
You're
I'm
embarrassed- You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. It's ridiculous. Low tier troll.
You know, it's also, Andrew, you know, when it comes to like the girls who like, and it's almost always the OF girls because they're trying to like, oh, how can I try to like put on an act or whatever? They would be more successful if they just came on and had an authentic conversation.
Forrest Gump donated $69.